in my normal videos, I tend to give my final thoughts right at the end, but I'm going to spice up things. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts right now. So that way you don't have to wait all the way to the end of the video to understand which TV is the best. However, if you want to know how I came up to that conclusion, then you are more than welcome to stick around, or in fact skip using the timestamps in the description. So let me quickly tell you which one's the best TV. Picture quality, all of these TVs are amazing. So I'm going to give a star, star, star. Okay, you've got that. Now the second part that I'm going to give you is that the usability. Is it easy to use? Yes, for that reason. Yes, for that reason. Yes, for that reason. Another thing that I'm going to note is that, is it really value for money? Because they do come with a different price range. Okay, so for that reason, I'm going to give all of my stars to this one. Has the best value for money. All right, so now you've got all of that. You know which TV is the best. This one wins out of all the 3 TVs that's currently available. So you want to find out a little bit more and the reasons how I came to that final conclusion? Stick around. In this video, we don't have just one TV or 2. We've got 3 TVs in the building. So I've got everything covered at all angles except for the Sony fans. So I don't have the Sony Bravia 8 yet. So if you're interested in that TV, stay tuned. But in this video, I've got the LG, I've got the TCL, and I've got the Samsung QN95D flagship TV. So 3 of these TVs are top-notch premium TVs that's currently trending in 2024, moving on to 2025. So can you guess which one's which? I don't think you can. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the display. So obviously all of these 3 TVs are 4K. OLED TVs are one of the best TVs in the market and it has been one of my favorite, but we've got 2 mini LED QLED TV in the building. So is it going to stack up really well in comparison to the OLED? We're going to talk you through a little bit about the panel itself, how the image is going to portray it in a real life domestic house use. So I'm going to show you one by one, and then I'm going to put all 3 TVs side by side so you can understand which TV is best fit for you. Obviously, it's very important to have a TV that has a really high refresh rate, and straight up, the Samsung QN95D plus the TCL C855K have the variable refresh rates, 144 Hz, whereas the LG comes with a native 120 Hz. With that topic in mind, obviously refresh rate is really good when it comes to gaming. It is a mandatory for 2024 TVs to have a capability such as gaming mode, and it does have a gaming mode. So if you're a hardcore fan gamer, then one of these TVs definitely is going to tick your box, because all these 3 TVs have a beautiful gaming mode and you have the ability to change it from certain modes in order to suit your needs. The picture engine that drives the LG is the A9 AI processor 4K Gen 7, whereas the TCL, it is AIPQ Pro processor, and the Samsung comes with the NQ4 AI Gen 2 processor. So that's quite a mouthful, but there you go. You've got all of the processor that drives the picture engine of all these 3 TVs. Now, when it comes to the peak brightness, the TCL comes at the top notch because it has that 3300 nits. And the local dimming, again, the LG has not been published how much is the local dimming because it's an OLED. So it has pixel dimming, whereas the TCL has 1344 zones. Another feature that's welcomed is that all these 3 TVs, they have AI upscaling, meaning that if you are watching a HD video or anything below HD, it will have the ability to use the AI system to upscale the image quality to a 4K standard. It's not going to be native 4K because it's not true 4K, but it will upscale it. Now, the operating software for the LG is WebOS 24. The TCL comes with our favorite operating software, which is the Google TV, and the Samsung comes with the Tizen Smart TV. So that, again, depending on which side you sit on the fence, you might be inclined to a Tizen or the Google TV like myself, or in fact, you might be a little bit more interested into the WebOS 24. Again, looking at the interface for the LG, it looks very cluttered. It has so much information. Likewise, the same with the Tizen, it has so much information here. Whereas Google, The apps are there. You can download any apps that's missing from the Google TV, just like any smartphone, and you could actually customize it to suit your need. Whereas the Samsung and the LG comes a really plain standard for the last 5 years. Another segment for you to consider is the audio quality. So obviously I'm not that close to the TV. So obviously you're not going to be attached to the TV. So you're going to be a distance away, which is something like this or a little bit further. So we're going to quickly play. Then we're going to go to maybe 35%.
Car number 6, we are moving. 4 Alpha, repeat 4 Alpha, window seat is teams on all sides. Copy that.
Okay. Take a note of this area. I don't know if you can see the text, the numbers that's currently been written on the TV here, on his notepad. I don't know if the camera can do any justice, but I can actually read the numbers. So that says 550 minus or hyphen 765 something something. Okay, I can see the numbers there. We're going to do the same to the TCL. Obviously, this is actually reading the clarity of the picture quality. So we're doing two things in one, in fact. So we're doing audio, we're also doing the image quality. So we're going to crank it up. Okay, up to 35.
6, we are moving. 4 Alpha, repeat 4 Alpha, window seat is teams on all sides. Copy that.
Okay, this is the part that I was referring to earlier. Again, I don't know if the camera can do any justice. The numbers earlier I was referring to, they're right there. Okay, 550-76548 something. Okay, obviously the camera angle has a huge difference. I don't know if you can see those. All those. Now we're going to see if the LG can do any better. We're going to crank up the volume.
Car number 6, we are moving. 4 Alpha, repeat 4 Alpha, window seat is teams on all sides. Copy that.
Right, so moment of truth. If we look at the numbers again, I don't know if you can see the numbers here. Guys, people at the back of the keyboard, let me know in the comment section. Can you see those numbers? All those numbers. All those ones. Now, if you look at the picture, you've got a little bit more warm here. This is a little bit more warm, quite hot. A little bit cool here, and a bit more cooler here. Okay, so you've got 3 different temperature going on here. Which profile do you like? That depends on you. Going back to the main topic, which was the sound quality test. The good thing with the LG, it has AI enhancer. So the volume or the sound, it's been enhanced by the AI. Okay, so the AI puts that bass and extra things that is not really there. It enhances the audio. Now this is the remote I forgot to mention earlier for the Samsung. It has the USB Type-C charger and it also has the solar. You can charge at the back using the sun. So this is really nice thing to have. But these remotes are outdated, to be honest, because they've used this remote for over, I don't know how many years. And I've been reviewing Samsung TVs for donkey years. So I've seen this remote quite frequent. Whereas the LG, likewise, I reviewed. So this TV is the C4. I have reviewed the C1 in 2021. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in picking up a cheaper model. So that is also another option, the C1. And this is the TCL. It has that titanium feel. Really nice, clean look. I like how the buttons are here. It's like your smartphone, it's on the side. So I'm just gonna put the volume down. The LG comes with 40 watts, the speakers. That's not a bad deal, but in comparison to the TCL, it comes 60 watts. That's 20 watts more than the LG. And then now if you look at on the other side, the Tizen comes with 70 watts. It has 8 speakers. So obviously the Samsung wins when it comes to the audio quality. The Samsung has a little bit more stronger audio. 70 watts is a huge difference compared to the 60 watts. And finally, in comparison to the baby LG, for example, you've got 40 watts. Okay, so we've got the back of the TVs, all three of them laid side by side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come closer. So that way I'm going to show you all of the ports that it comes with. All right, so we're going to start with the LG. So you can see the profile at the back. It looks really nice and premium. The design looks amazing when it comes to the back. It's nice and flush, but there is this part here where the housing is protruding. And you can see that the speakers are right at the top here. So it fires up and it also fires downwards. One thing to note that is that it comes with a power cable attached permanently. So if you're wall mounting, this is going to be difficult for you because obviously you can't run it through the wall. So that's something for you to bear in mind. And all of the ports are on this side. Moving on to the TCL. So this is strip lights from Govee. I've attached them myself, but it does not come with the TV. However, the profile again, it looks nice. Compared to the LG, it's not so premium, but the profile looks amazing simply because it's all flat. It doesn't have anything protruding. And the speakers are firing upwards. So you've got 2 main speakers. It's Dolby Atmos. And you've also got the speakers from this side here. So the power cable is detachable. So nothing attached. So it's really easy to wall mount it. And we've got all of the ports on this side. So one thing I fall in love with this particular TV, the TCL C855K, is that it has a USB Type A right at the corner here, which we're going to show you a little bit later. So that USB, it's like a monitor. So you could have it on the side, whereas none of these TVs have that port. All of the ports is aligned in one place. Whereas that one there, you've got an easy access port for USB Type A. Moving on to the Samsung. The profile again, it's pretty much the same as the TCL. It's all flat. You can wall mount it, and also the cable. It goes in here, your power cable. It is detachable, same as the TCL. And as you can see, it's all flat. It comes with a webcam here. Obviously, you can use it as a work purpose, and you can have a FaceTime with your family member. All of the ports are on this side. So we're going to get a little bit closer. In terms of the speakers, you have 4 speakers down here, and you've got another 4 speakers down here. So you've got 70 watts speakers on the Samsung, you've got 60 watts speakers on the TCL, and you've got 40 watts speakers on the LG. So you could understand LG in terms of the sound is the lowest, the TCL second best, and then number 1 when it comes to the sound quality, the Samsung. However, with the LG, it has an AI system where it kind of enhances your audio. So once you've turned on the AI system, then it would actually increase the bass where it's required. So the LG, as I said earlier, we've got all of the ports right at the top here. You've got 3 USBs here. You've got 4 HDMI, including eARC. you've got LAN and additional output here, including antennas and IR blaster. Now we're going to move on to the TCL. And if we start right at the top, you've got USB 2.0, you've got LAN, HDMI, 4K EOC, 144 Hz for your gaming, and you've got two other HDMIs there. Further down, you've got all of the antennas, two HDMI at the bottom again, an optical out, so you can see that. You do have a USB Type A there. So I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to point it there. Now moving on to the Samsung QN95D. So there is two USB right at the top there. You've got HDMIs here. So all of the four HDMIs aligned. You've got your LAN and your antennas. And that's about it. Obviously viewing angle for the Samsung, you can see that it's on an angle here. Likewise, if you want to watch the TCL from this angle or the LG, you can see that the quality difference is slightly different. The brightness, you can see straight away the TCL is winning here in comparison to the OLED, and that is expected. What really matters is between these two TVs. They're both QD mini LED TVs. And look at the contrast between these two now. Okay, now moving on. The LG looks really crisp. The TCL looks nice. But the Samsung is falling behind. Now, if I asked you to guess which one is the most expensive out of the three TVs, you've got the QN95D. That comes with over 2,000. So it's priced at 2,299. You've got the TCL 1,299, and you've got the 1,899 LG. So the C4 is the mid, the TCL C855 is the lower price range, and the Samsung QN95D is the most expensive. Okay friends, there's lots of things I've said, and there's few things that I've not covered, such as the Miracast and the picture settings of the TVs. To summarize, it's really clear which TV is the winner, best value for money. The TCL C855K is an incredible machine. Don't get me wrong, the other two TVs are also worth the money. But to my opinion, I am inclined towards the TCL simply because it is budget friendly, and the quality output, it is pretty much the same as the other TVs. Either ways, all three TVs are fantastic and I can definitely recommend them. You won't be disappointed. Look out for the best deals at the time that you're watching this video, so that way you can actually make an informed decision. Now, if you want to watch in-depth review between the Samsung QN95D and the TCL C855K, I'll leave a link up here. Till next time, I'll see you there.